Hey y'all, what's up? Kind of stumbled upon something that I thought I would share with the rest of the internet for everybody that cares. um, I had a hard time coming up with how I want to describe what I found here. It's not a big find, but I thought it was kind of cool for those that like emulation type deals and the ROMs and all that. This is something that you may want to jump into because as you own the your own console, like your Sega Genesis or back in the day your Nintendo or something, you were stuck with a game as it was made. Well, these are all on computers now with different ways to play them and different things to emulate them, and people have been able to alter them, alter the game specifically. Some people call it a hacked ROM, some people call it a modded ROM. There's a different bunch of terms out there, and I felt that maybe using the word hacked might include some sort of bad connotation there where, it's illegal or something like that. And I don't think it is. I think we, at this point, with the games that we have, should be more than welcome to mod and distribute these games as long as we're not trying to make any money. Of course, can't make any money off of it. It should be free. However, I ran across a couple of cool modded ROMs. In particular, they're Sonic games that I thought were really cool, and I thought I'd kind of share with you what I've kind of dug out of the interesting websites of what I thought was fun to play. So, just off the screen here, I've got my folder here and my folder here just to let you know what I'm doing. Normally, I pull things through Emulation Station as that's what I love to use. However, I just haven't gotten around to really putting them into the system and giving it box art, if it even has any. I don't even know how the scraper would scrape these things. So I'm just going to drag and drop them onto the Fusion emulator, which is a really good Sega emulator. If you're not using it, I highly suggest just downloading it and having it on standby. Or even if you do use Emulation Station, it's a great alternative to what RetroArch can provide. Fusion is great, simple, small. It emulates a ton of different Sega Master System, Sega CD, Game Gear, all that kind of stuff. It's all included in the same emulator, so that's really fun. So one of the games that I found is called Sonic Jam, which I don't know why they named it this because they could have come up with a completely different name, and you'll see in a second why the naming convention is kind of weird, in my opinion. I got my handy dandy Xbox 360 controller that's already configured for the emulator. Just going to drag and drop it off screen, and here it is, Sonic Jam. Totally different from whatever you've seen before. It doesn't make any sense at all, I'm sure. Unless you've seen this before, then you're seeing things that you've already seen before. Great. Push the start button. Looks real funky and weird, of course, but immediately when this starts out, you'll see it's Sonic and Mario is exactly what this is. And this is kind of going to give you a clue as to what kind of things you will find as you go through the hacked, modded ROM collections that people have kind of provided out there. So it's just light, easy, fun, really weird, totally off the charts, interesting, So some of it works, some of it doesn't. As far as like when you go through the game here, I've played this a little bit. It's not too bad, but the controls are real wonky. You can see, the graphics aren't all that great. But, hey, it's what you got. You never got to use Sonic in a Mario game, and now you do. Unfortunately, this is like pure first Sonic, type of controls here where he's just got a jump button and doesn't have anything else, which kind of sucks, Oh, wait, he gets the flower. That's right. So you get the Mario moves. That's right. But he doesn't have like spin dash and things like that if you're familiar with Mario, So, but it's kind of cool, So, just watch it for a minute there. Go download it if you want to. They're all over everywhere, and I'll try to provide some links down below of where I found some of these things, so that way to go hunting all over the place. That's the first time I ever got the star. Yeah. Oh, and that's how you die. But yeah, it's kind of fun. Oh yeah, you're the red Sonic until you get quote unquote bigger, as Mario used to. So whatever engine controls getting him to jump, it's pretty laggy. I push the button and it doesn't feel super responsive, and you push it a couple of times, I guess. So I would never expect these things to work flawlessly to begin with. So you kind of get the idea. That's Sonic Jam there. And then let's see here. Here is a hilarious one. I'm kind of saving the best for last. I just got 3. There's tons of them out there. But this one is on the comedy side. And I highly recommend picking this thing up. It is awesome. This is Sonic XL. And whoever put this together is just awesome, in my opinion. So, typical Sonic 1, as you've always seen it, with him and Tails, or 2, I'm sorry, with him and Tails, duh. And everything looks fairly the same, except if you notice the rings are kind of shady, you know, a little grainy, and you don't get the coin sound when you get them. That's because they're not golden rings, they're onion rings. And we'll just play a little bit here. If you kind of pay attention to Sonic, he should start getting fatter. Also, I can't jump as high, so I eat another onion ring, another onion ring, another onion ring, and you start to see his gut sticking out there. And I can't jump nearly as high. Usually you can kind of clear this, you know, little jump there. He can still do the spin dash and kind of get himself around. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of stupid. Don't have the... There we go. Now you can kind of see him. So if I were to run back and forth like this, he will actually work off all the weight and kind of trim back down and get faster again. But we don't want that. We want him as fat as possible. So we're just going to eat all the onion rings here. And you can see he's getting totally fat. I can't kill that guy anymore. All right. Oh, yeah. So he's at maximum density now here. And there we go. So we've pretty much got a Cartman type Sonic here. And it's funny, I actually get stuck at this part a lot. I don't know if they ever thought about this. I actually can't get past this part because he can't get high enough to get out of there. I guess I just have to run back and forth a bunch of times to get him a little bit faster. Oh man, almost. But you can see this is just a total novelty game. It's so stupid, so hilarious, you know. So it's actually kind of a cool, fun challenge, as you would want to not get as many coins as possible. The more coins you get, the fatter he gets, and the harder it is to get him around. However, with the shoe, apparently... Oh, there he goes. And... it just can't even move anymore. He's just not going anywhere. And he dies. So, you gotta start all over again. So, it's not a game you're gonna play a ton, although... this would be like a great drinking game, you know? Whoever can get the farthest... or whoever gets the least farthest, you know, has to take a shot or whatever. This is so stupid, but so fun. So, check out the gameplay for a little bit here, but you get the idea. Okay, I won't make you suffer through anymore of that. Okay. Last one, Sonic Mega Mix. This one I kind of felt like was saving the best for last. This is actually going to start up as a Sega CD, and this is kind of like made as like a true Sonic fan would. They kind of taken Sega Sonic CD, and added a bunch of levels. Kind of almost added the third Sonic from the Sega Genesis. Added some. Like the bubbles or the orbs or whatever that are around him, you know, they just kind of mixed it all together, Mega Mix. but they did a really good job with it, and it's really fun to play. So check out the gameplay here. One of the coolest features I wish would be with like every single Sonic game that comes out is the like a turbo dash or whatever. As you're always familiar with a spin dash here, however in Sonic CD, if you remember playing that at all, if you ever did, you get this one, and it kind of goes a little bit faster or whatever. But this is not a goofy one. This is super serious, and it kind of is almost like what I wish some of the other Sonic games were like. That's extremely fast-paced. They did a great job with adding in additional abilities. You kind of have like your little spin dash. You have kind of like the attack from some of the newer games. You can kind of dash forward like in the Dreamcast. It's like an actual attack versus, just jumping on the things. You can see the speed it almost feels like it's kicked up some. And I'm just holding forward right now, of course, as any Sonic game is. But, oh, dang. There we go. Yeah. There you go. There's a little dash forward, and that keeps your momentum going a lot. So, if you're a big Sonic fan, these things are kind of cool, to play with. So, this is where it's not just a novelty game. This can actually really be something that you might want to sit down and play at a more extensive level if you were like a Sonic fan, and stuff like that. So, trying to think of how different this is from others, but still feels very classic, I don't think there's anything else to like report on, Okay, yep. I think you get the idea now. I won't bore you too much there. That way, if you really wanted to get to the end of the video, if you're someone that has to complete everything, I'm totally not. Because I'm totally fine with ending it right there. Then, yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to bring up and show. There is like a web page of all kinds of crazy, interesting Sonic information. This is infosonic.com or something like that. SonicRetro.org, sorry. Yeah, that's totally the same site. Click on games. Here we go, game list. And this is a cool site for anybody that really likes Sonic. You go down and it's like pirate unlicensed games that Sonic features in. And there's like a ton of them here. I've played most of the Famicom ones or whatever. Pretty bad. It's tough to get through. The Sonic Mega Mix, of course, is really good. It's actually pretty polished and clean and fun. Feel free to do this. And then there's like a world of other ROMs out there that have been modded, so to speak. So I'll try to put this comment in the link below. Link in the comment below. And yeah, that's pretty cool. And if you like this, you think it's okay, like it. If you don't like it, definitely do the thumbs down, and I'm always open to suggestions if you guys got anything. All right, talk to you later.